Whenever possible, I like to test 2, 3, 4, even 5 shotguns and rifles of the same model, because anybody can get a bad one, anybody can get a great one. So the more you test, you have a better representative sampling. Now this is a Weatherby Sorix 20 gauge. I previously tested it in the Storm camo configuration. This is called Midnight Marsh. So Midnight Marsh gets you black Cerakote. From a distance it looks like bluing, but it's black Cerakote. And you get the hand-painted, finished stock, which is performed in Sheridan, Wyoming. So the last Sorix did very well. Let's see how this little fellow does. These are Federal Top Gun, 7/8 of an ounce, 1,200 feet per second. About as common and generic a target load as you're going to find. So let's see if it cycles. Very, very good ejection. No question about that. And soft shooting. This gun weighs, on digital scale, just under 6 pounds, 3 ounces. So, nice carry weight, really. It comes in a 28-inch barrel, any barrel length you want, as long as it's 28-inch. I would prefer a shorter barrel because we've got the 3.5, 4 inches of receiver. So I personally like a 28-inch barrel for hunting with an over and under. I'm more inclined to go with a 26 or even a 24 for pheasant hunting or for upland field hunting. For clays, as long as you want, right? Longer the barrel. 2 inches longer barrel gets you 2 inches closer to the bird. However, even with a 28-inch barrel, you can see this gun is supremely well balanced. No question about that. So it's not muzzle heavy at all. The trigger on the previous Sorixes was very good, certainly better than you can expect out of a Browning or a Benelli or a Beretta for that matter. The 20 gauge, however, did have a couple stutter steps in it. It was light enough, but it wasn't very smooth. And in this case, an extremely smooth trigger without much travel. So you can see that the trigger, certainly less break weight than the gun. It's about 4.5 pounds on the trigger gauge. So I like it. Now, does this guy shoot to point of aim? The last one did. So we have a factory Weatherby modified choke. This is actually 31 yards. And we'll take 3 shots and see what the patterns look like. A little crosswind, but not too bad. Pretty much the same as before. It's like crosswind to the right, and that's where the pattern went, maybe an inch or two. But certainly not excessively high or excessively low. Again, horrible Benelli problem. So this is one of the best 20 gauges I tested last year, and it still is. If I had my druthers, I would go for at least a 26-inch barrel, if not a 24. This has got a raised rib, step rib, which obscures less of your target. I can shoot with a flat rib just as well as a raised rib, but for hunting, I do prefer a raised rib. Other people don't feel the same way, but I do like the raised rib. Of course, the safety is reversible, as is the charging handle. for left-hand shooters. And there's not much not to like. Recoil pad doesn't look like it's particularly wondrous, but it does a good job. You can see there's just not much recoil. It's not moving me around much at all. Nice. Not much on the shoulder. And a slightly oversized charging handle, which is good, and an oversized bolt release. So yeah, one of my favorites. If you're looking for a 20 gauge Italian-made CIP-proof gun, this is one of the best deals going. 10-year warranty from Weatherby. It's also drilled and tapped for optics, for turkey hunting, or even if you're a 20 gauge smoothbore slug shooter for hogs or deer at relatively close ranges. So that's it. Nice gun. Not sure if I'm going to carry this for pheasants this year or not. If it had a shorter barrel, for sure I would. But its shoulder's real nice. And the weight, 6 pounds, 2.5 ounces. Well, you can't really kick about that. And of course the receiver's small enough you can put your whole hand around it, so it's real easy to carry when you're climbing out of the ditch, climbing into the ditch, handing it to a buddy. So nice job. Weatherby's put a lot of time and effort into their shotgun line over the last couple of years. There's Kyle over there, and it shows. So same Sorix 20, this time in the Midnight Marsh, which is, I think it's a good all-around camo pattern. Certainly not dedicated for waterfowl, but not very flashy. And the side picture, everything's nice and black, so there's no real distraction there. So that's it for a quick look at the Midnight Marsh Sorix 20. Nice gun.